The mother went to register for a household registration. Again discovered that son and daughter-in-law have been married for 6 years. But the marriage has not yet been registered. So go home and ask the couple why they did this. Questioning Insa why he still hasn't made an ID card until now. Why are you married and still not registered your son's marriage? A series of questions made Insa not know what to do. She wanted to explain but was prevented by her husband. Jin Ji-yu asked her to go out so I could explain it to her mother. Insa returned to her room with her son. Sad not knowing what to do. Jin Ji-yu for hiding Insa's identity. Please pretend you don't know this. And tell me later you will understand. Jin Ji-yu went to his room to comfort Insa not to worry. Mom won't make it difficult for you anymore. Insa wants to tell her mother-in-law the truth. June he is not her mother's grandson. She didn't want to continue lying like this. Jin Ji-yu spoke again no matter what others said. Then this child is your child. This is a well-intentioned lie, not a lie. Jin Ji-yu knew if he let his mother know the truth, definitely will not leave mother and daughter Unsu alone. Jin Ji-yu hugged Insa tightly. Said he couldn't lose her. Se-yeon because seeing Insa feels scared and insecure. Because to marry Jong-hoon soon. Please agree to skip the engagement and get married. Although the lady really likes Se-yeon. But this is determined not to give in. The father very much recognized the ability of his son Jong-hoon. Offer to put your men in departments. But Jong-hoon didn't want to use these tricks to fight each other. The president feels angry. Tell him Dong-yeon has already started arranging his people in the company. From director to guard. He changed into his own. Just continue like this. Sooner or later the company will fall into the hands of Dong-yeon. But Jong-hoon didn't care about this at all. Return to the office. Jong-hoon thought back to his father's words. Suddenly he realized. That security team captain must be Dong-yeon's man. Quickly instruct subordinates to find Tae-sung. But I heard from the secretary that Tae-sung has resigned. After Dong-yeon knew about this. Instruct the secretary to quickly take Tae-sung abroad. Unexpectedly, the secretary said that he had lost contact with Tae-sung. On the other side, Jong-hoon's aunt told him. The development department is understaffed. Tell me you can put people in. Jong-hoon was overjoyed. Urgently call and tell Insa this news. But the person who answered the phone was Jin Ji-yu. Hello. Isn't this Oh Yo-jung's phone? Yes, that's right. Please, who are you? I am the vice president of Manbok Food Company. Kang Jong-hoon. Who are you? The poor girl who lost her memory for 6 years returned to the place where she lived before. Everything around her made her feel familiar. There was always a male voice in her ear. Insa feels like space and time are intertwined. Suddenly, a few broken memories popped up in my head. Remember the scene at the time of the accident. At this moment, Jong-hoon is remembering but Unsu also went to the tangerine shop before. This familiar old man told him. Insa also just passed by here. After hearing this, Jong-hoon was overjoyed. Quickly ran to Unsa's house. Standing outside the door shouted out Unsa's name. But received no reply from her. When he was about to leave disappointed. Suddenly heard that familiar song. Jong-hoon was both excited and nervous as he pushed the door open. Seeing the woman made him miss him day and night. Unsu is singing the old song again. She heard Jong-hoon calling her. Seeing the man she once loved passionately. For a moment she didn't know what to do. To quietly leave. Was pulled back by Jong-hoon. Unsu. Yo Unsu, right? Yo Lee Unsu, right? Yo Unsu, right? Unsu, it's me, don't you miss me anymore? Unsu. It's me. Unsu. Still alive, it's Unsu. After Tae-sung was abandoned. I'm afraid that I know too many things, so I will be killed. So I decided to run away first. Gradually gather evidence to prepare revenge against them. On the other side, Se-yeon accidentally overheard the content of his phone call. Knowing that Yo-jung is Unsu. She was so scared that she couldn't even hold the cup in her hand. Can't believe this is true. Dong-yeon rushed to explain. Now Unsu has lost her memory. Married and had children with another man. Won't affect my relationship with Jong-hoon. But how can Se-yeon be assured? She knows Jong-hoon has never forgotten Unsu. If only he knew Unsu was alive. So what should you do yourself? Unlike Se-yeon. After Jong-hoon learns Unsu is alive. Happy to share this news with friends. Best friend congratulates him. The old cheerful and energetic Jong-hoon has returned. On this side, Eun-soo couldn't sleep. On one side are vague memories that I once lost. On one side is a simple happy life. She didn't know what to choose. Called Jin Ji-yu, who was sleeping soundly, to wake up. Say you want to leave Seoul. Go live somewhere else. The next day Jong-hoon called Eun-soo on the phone. Sorry about last night. Want to see her explain clearly. Afraid of Eun-soo's rejection. So it only takes a few minutes. Eun-soo went to Manbok Company. When entering the elevator, he met the president. The poor girl who lost her memory for 6 years returned to the place where she used to work. There are many images in my head from the past. When entering the elevator, he met the president. A crafty person like him was also dumbfounded when he saw her. Manager Young saw her even harder to believe. Dong-yeon also knew Eun-soo went to the company. It is impossible not to say that Dong-yeon's information is as fast as 5G. It only took a few seconds for him to know everything. Quickly go downstairs to prevent the president and Eun-soo from meeting. But it was a step behind. Eun-soo also recalled the scene where she met the president before. Suddenly threatened to run away. The chairman felt doubtful again. Apparently 6 years ago this woman passed away. Why do you now live and touch appear here? Eun-soo ran out. The voices of those people spoke to her incessantly in her head. Is it Eun-soo? You're Lee Eun-soo, right? She will lose everything. Life is like beggars. Suddenly, there was a man who did not even dare to dream. At that moment, she forgot her identity. Eun-soo's head ached like a hammer with both hands clutching her ears. His entire body was helpless as he fell to the ground. Dong-yeon came to the big hall but didn't see Eun-soo, urgently instructing his subordinates to find Eun-soo. At this time, Eun-soo also went to the police station. Ask the police to find out your information. And the result was exactly as she expected. It was Lee Eun-soo. But already dead. Death Star. Did he say he died? Looks like someone killed her. Who is? This must be her family. Eun-soo didn't expect to get this result. She didn't understand why she was alive. But it was recorded as the deceased. Jong-hoon waited and did not see her anxiously calling. Jin Ji-yu waited until his wife came home and called. And now Eun-soo only looked at the 2 phone calls of the 2 men, but did not listen. She didn't understand why Jin Ji-yu had to deceive her, deliberately concealing his identity. Se-yeon knows that Eun-soo is alive and panics. So she went to find Jong-hoon. Want to quickly marry him. Jong-hoon originally had no feelings for Se-yeon. But now he knew the girl he loved was still alive. So how can you agree with her? So he made up an excuse to let his aunt get married first. Se-yeon was speechless. Apparently 6 years ago did not pay attention to her aunt but wanted to marry Eun-soo. She complained to him. Now I can't even see the shadow of my aunt's boyfriend. I want to say no so clearly but you can't see. Eun-soo calmed down and returned home. She asked her husband why he had to lie to her. Jin Ji-yu was still stubbornly saying he didn't know. Eun-soo is completely disappointed with his attitude. Then push the door and leave. Jin Ji-yu wants to chase. Then see your friend's phone. Hello. Jin Ji-yu are, Jin Ji-yu are. How are you? How are you?